Traveler. This type of player is rarely ever seen at the base. From the moment the game starts, they vanish into the wilderness, exploring every corner of the map. They live for the thrill of venturing into dangerous areas, gathering rare loot, and discovering hidden spots that no one else bothers to check. When they finally return to the base, it's only for two reasons: to drop off their overloaded inventory or to quickly heal up before heading right back out. They almost never help with defense or building, but the team relies on them for resources since they bring back things no one else dares to look for. Builder. The builder is the backbone of every base. While everyone else is running around, this player stays close to home, constantly crafting walls, towers, traps, and anything else to keep the group safe. They almost never fight or explore far away because their focus is always on making sure the base is secure. If the base looks strong, it's thanks to them. If it looks weak, it's probably because the builder wasn't in the match. They may not rack up kills, but their work is the reason everyone survives the night. Decorator. Always carrying a hammer, the decorator has only one mission: make the base look beautiful. Functionality doesn't matter to them. What matters is style. They'll place chairs, torches, fences, and other completely unnecessary items just to give the base a homey vibe. While everyone else is worried about enemies, the decorator is rearranging furniture or finding the perfect spot for a lantern. Some players roll their eyes at their obsession, but at the end of the day, the decorator makes the base feel alive, even if half of what they build is completely useless. AFKER. The AFKER is the biggest mystery of them all. They're usually the first one to suggest playing, and they join the lobby without hesitation. But the moment the match actually begins, they disappear. Maybe they're scrolling on their phone, maybe they're making food, or maybe they just forgot the game was running. Whatever the reason, they leave the rest of the team carrying their weight. Sometimes they come back in the middle of the match like nothing happened. Other times they don't return at all. No matter what, every group has at least one AFKER, the lazy one. This is the player who never wants to lift a finger. While everyone else is gathering supplies, hunting, or defending the base, the lazy one is standing by the campfire, doing absolutely nothing. You can beg them to farm resources, but they'll always come up with excuses. They survive only because the rest of the team carries them, and if it were up to them, the game would just play itself while they sit back and relax. The risk taker. This player lives for chaos. No matter how low their health is, they'll charge headfirst into every fight, swinging wildly and hoping for the best. Healing items? They don't care. Strategy? They've never heard of it. Because of this reckless attitude, they usually end up dying first, leaving the team to clean up the mess. Still, they're the ones who keep the game exciting, because you never know what trouble they'll drag everyone into next. The farmer. While not the bravest or the strongest, the farmer is one of the most reliable players on the team. They rarely leave the safety of the base, but they're constantly chopping wood, gathering food, and making sure the group never runs out of supplies. Thanks to them, the camp always has what it needs to survive. They may not make big plays, but without their hard work, the whole team would starve or freeze. The noob. Every match has at least one. The noob is the player who has absolutely no clue what they're supposed to be doing. They usually spawn in, run around aimlessly, and spend half the game asking questions like, "How do I build a fire?" or "Which button opens the inventory?" They'll try to help, but often just get in the way. Sometimes they swing their weapon at teammates by accident, or they run straight into danger without realizing how weak they are. When enemies show up, the noob panics, either fighting with the wrong item equipped or running in circles until they get knocked out. Despite all the chaos they cause, the noob isn't all bad. Their cluelessness can be funny, and sometimes their wild, random actions actually work out in surprising ways. Everyone was a noob once, and while they might slow the team down, they also make the game feel fresh and unpredictable. The sweat. On the complete opposite end of the spectrum, you have the sweat. This is the player who takes the game way too seriously. From the second the match begins, they're sprinting across the map, gathering every resource in sight and barking orders at the rest of the team. They know every crafting recipe by memory, every spawn location for loot, and the best strategies for surviving the night. If anyone dares to play casually, the sweat gets frustrated, calling out mistakes and demanding perfection. They're the type of player who already has full gear while everyone else is still figuring out what's happening. In fights, they dodge, block, and strike like they're in a tournament, often carrying the team with their skill. But their intensity can also be exhausting. Sometimes it feels like you're not playing for fun anymore, but working under their command. Still, when things go bad, you'll be glad to have a sweat on your side, because they'll do whatever it takes to win. The crafter. This player spends most of their time at the workbench, constantly turning raw materials into weapons, tools, and gear. They rarely fight or wander far from the base, but they make sure the team is always equipped with what's needed. If someone needs a new axe, armor, or a bow, the crafter already has it prepared. They're quick to get annoyed when resources are wasted, because to them, every single log or piece of ore is valuable. While they might not get the glory of big fights or risky adventures, the crafter is the one who keeps the whole team moving forward. Without them, survival is slow and difficult, but with them, everything runs smoothly. The Explorer. This player is the definition of restless. From the moment the game begins, they're already planning their route across the map. They almost never stay at the base, and if they do, it's only long enough to unload the piles of loot they've collected or grab a quick bite of food. The Explorer thrives on being in the wild, whether it's scouting enemy camps, collecting rare resources, or just seeing how far they can go without dying. Even if it's barely daytime, you'll already find them at the far edge of the map, pushing into places no one else dares to visit. While their absence from the base can sometimes cause frustration, their endless supply runs are often the reason the team has resources to work with in the first place. The Cook. In sharp contrast to the lazy one, the Cook is one of the most valuable players on the team. They dedicate themselves to making sure no one starves, constantly tending to the fire, stocking shelves with meals, and planting farm plots. The Cook is always busy turning raw ingredients into full meals that keep everyone alive and energized. They may not be explorers or fighters, but their contribution is just as important, because without a steady food supply, the group wouldn't last long. The Cook keeps morale high, making sure everyone has something to eat after a long night of defending the base or exploring the map. The Coward. This player wants to survive at all costs, even if it means abandoning their team. The Coward is the first to run when danger shows up, hiding behind walls or sprinting into the woods instead of helping with the fight. They carry plenty of healing items, but only use them on themselves. If enemies attack the base, don't expect the Coward to stand their ground. They'll already be gone, waiting for the coast to clear. While they do manage to live longer than most, their lack of bravery makes them unreliable when the team needs them the most. The Hogger. Greedy and selfish, the Hogger takes everything for themselves. Whenever resources are gathered, they're the first to grab them, hoarding weapons, armor, and food without ever sharing. They'll stockpile items they don't even use, just to make sure no one else can have them. If you've ever wondered why the team's shelves are empty, it's probably because the Hogger stuffed it all into their inventory. They might survive longer individually, but the group suffers when one player refuses to share. The Troll. The Troll doesn't care about surviving or helping. They only care about causing chaos. Instead of building, they destroy. Instead of defending, they lure enemies straight to the base. They'll take important items and hide them, rearrange structures just to annoy others, or spam nonsense in chat while everyone else struggles to stay alive. The Troll thrives on frustrating their teammates, and while it's infuriating, they usually find it hilarious. In every game, the Troll is the one who turns survival into pure chaos.